Ken. I'm a bit surprised at that. I reckon you must have something ticked as active or something, because mine certainly, if I go into that side of the PC, I've got to activate the microphone. But there you go. I could well be wrong, and I'm sure Dave is up there saying, yes, you're wrong. But there we go. I'm hopeful that it's not. I will check into that myself. Actually, I'm not too keen about such things. But there you go. Just a little nugget for you, Dave. Well, for all of you, actually. I discovered the other day that in terms of having to put in a PIN number or a password or whatever, you can actually put a picture on screen whereby you can touch it in 3 places, only known to you, of course, and the computer opens up. It's so quick and so easy. The only negative thing I can think that there might be is if you touch this screen in these 3 definite places, you might leave a fingerprint in this said spot which someone could see eventually. So you got to keep cleaning your screen. But there you go. That's all by the by. Just something that I've discovered, because with the advent of all this business with Yahoo and all the rest of it, I did put in rather a long password with Windows 10, and it was becoming a bit of a fag to put it in. But I was told of this picture thing, and off to go. And in actual fact, some of the new laptops, you can open up the screen and just look at the screen, and it will suss out your face as being the correct one, the owner, and open up for you just by looking at it. So there you go. I don't know whether it will work if you just held up the photograph of the person, mine, but I'm assured not. But we shall see. Anyway, that was a bit of waffle from Eddie. So with a bit of a pause, Dave, just in case anyone is out there who would like to come in and wish us all season's greetings and so on, I'll pass it round to you. So M0LJT, over to you, Dave, G7BYN.
G7BYN with a pause. Okay, Eddie. Yeah, strange thing about Windows 10, you can also set it up. Like it says, if you put in a password, one that I normally use, it said it's not strong enough, needs to have at least one uppercase and numbers as well as letters, and it needs to be stronger, it needs to be this, it needs to be that, or you can switch it over, and it denies you the opportunity of using this particular password that I wanted to use, and it wasn't password, incidentally. But it would, however, let me select a PIN, or a PIN number as people call it, so a personal identity number. So a 4-digit number. And I thought, well, why wouldn't it let me do that 4-digit number in the password? But it will let me enter it in as a PIN. Now, I've also got an iPad, and iPads, as you know, Eddie, they only got the thing of being able to use a PIN, so you use a PIN. And as you say, and I've got an iPhone as well. Now, there was somebody at work left their phone there, and when you said about the fingerprints on it, I saw the fingerprints on the screen of and I actually opened his phone up because I could see where his dirty fingerprints were on the screen. So it's only got 4 times 4 times 4, and it's 4 to the power of 4 combinations of, and I'd already seen him open it up once, so I knew that at least the first 2 digits, I think it was. So it was only a quick guess, and I opened his phone up. So yes, keep your screen clean in that instance. There's also another thing, people can, and it's not necessarily a virus, people can take over your camera. So there's another little trick you can do, Ken. Put a little piece of sticky tape over your camera so it stops people, if they do turn it on, they don't see anything. So that's like I said, I'm getting paranoid, and I hadn't thought about the open mic situation, but that came about with people last Christmas, I do believe. There was a warning went out over these smart televisions, and there was a situation where people could hear what was said in a house through an open mic. Rather worrying, isn't it? M0HDJ G7BY.
Yeah, M0HDJ, yeah. Yeah, there's a little camera on mine. It's for Skype, innit? That's what it's for. So, I used it once and I can't bring it up again. It's only for taking photographs. Nah, a bit dodgy. I just found a nice little photograph of a Amtrak Southwest Chief. There's a film on there, but I just found a picture. But, it follows the train across its route, like in America. Yeah, a bit scary all this sort, isn't it? Oh, the signals are a bit quirky. It's only old-fashioned signals, Dave. I don't know what it's called. Semaphore, isn't it? Somewhere. Oh, my head. There we are. Oh, I can't think of it. Yeah, where's Julian? He was on. I spoke to him this week, Ed. Somewhere. Don't know where. Don't know if it was Simplex or through ZB. No, it was Simplex, and we had a little. It must have been on the porridge, I think, in the morning. So I can hit Western on 5 and 2 on 5 watts. And yeah, our local area man is opening up a new shop, but I think that's an advert, so we can't say anymore. On to Ken from M0HDJ.
G7LSR. Okay. Well, if he comes on, I'll bring it round just for the contact there. Okay, yeah, I'm still sort of mouth hanging open, looking at the screen here, thinking where else he could have picked the word pool up from. And yeah, I agree with you. Normally, you'd have to click on the microphone symbol to get it to activate, and obviously I hadn't. So it could be a coincidence. What's the chance of that? Is I mentioned pool court, and all of a sudden I get a search for pool come up on the screen. Very odd. Anyway, the microphone's turned off now. I may even unplug it. Just I didn't, because the bugs have got hold of my. There is a T in the word. The crematorium's a little bit different from court. Over to you then, Eddie. Oh, I got your email, by the way, and I believe you've lost something. So I'll send it to you again. Over to you, Eddie, from G7LSR.
With the pause, no takers. All the licensed listeners out there, I wish you all very well. I'm sure I'll see a few of you tomorrow night at club, but there you are. We won't go down that road. Yeah, all noted what's been said about the PCs and so on, and all noted, Ken, about the emails. Yeah, a bit of a donut there. But never mind. Such is life. Just to change the subject a little bit. Just to go over that password thing with the finger touching the picture. briefly, I find it so much easier. It is absolutely brilliant. But you don't touch two eyes and a nose or anything like that. It's too obvious. You touch something that's pretty obscure, obviously. Anyway, there you go. Not to waffle on about that. I was going to change the subject over to went out to dinner, and we tried a new pub, and it was the tartar sauce and the lemon to squeeze on the fish. But when I cut into the fish, lovely and white, it looked lovely, but it was all sort of slimy, and it was horrible. Anyway, I didn't eat hardly any of it, and I didn't pay for my meal, but it ruined the dinner, shall we say. I just wonder, the question is, have either or any of you had such an experience with fish? Being sick all the way home in the car. And it didn't pass until I'd had a few cups of tea later on this evening. So, a bit of a bead, huh? Anyway, I trust we're running out of time, but I'll just say I trust you all had your Christmas presents that you wanted and so on. I know what Ken had. He had his PC, but I hope I wasn't too much of an instigator in that, Ken H.I. But well, perhaps it was right that you got it anyway. But not much to add. Just looking at my notes, actually. Dinner today. Yeah, okay. I'll pass it on round to you, Dave, and we're coming up to the hour where we might be having our finals. Before I do pass it over, I'll say your signal is with me a 5 and a 4. You did go up to an 8 as an aeroplane went over your vicinity with aeroplane flutter, which was quite nice. And Ken, I don't know what you've done, but you're 9+ with me, so all good signals, all no problem whatsoever. So I'll pass it round to you, Dave. M0LJT, passing it to G7BYN.
G7BYN. Well, everyone's a lovely signal with me. Eddie, you're 5 and 7, 5 and 8. And Dave, you're about the same, 5 and 7, 5 and 8. Lovely strong signals all round this evening. I know what you mean about the lift the other day, Ken, when you said about there was a foreign lift. I think it was you said it, wasn't it, Ken? Because I was getting foreign lift on my radio as I was travelling around work. That's the steam radio, the FM thing. I'll try not to be long. Oh, I had an email from Virgin Media saying they couldn't take my payment. They had a problem with my payment this month. So watch it, chaps. There's lots of these emails going about, and I didn't reply to it. I just hovered over the button over the reply thing, and it wasn't Virgin Media, was it? So I knew it wasn't them. And I checked my bank, and I know it came out. So and they were going to cut me off on the 30th of December. 30th came and went, and there we go, nothing. And what they were doing is, obviously, and I checked online, there was a phishing scam going around. They're phishing for things. Always be cautious with these phishing emails, chaps. And also, I had another phishing one from the Royal Mail saying a parcel was due to be collected, but there was a fee to pay. Where would they have got my email from? So there's lots of these phishing emails, so watch it. And Ken, an interesting thing, I went down to that stream thing pub the other day, and it was nearing Christmas. We thought we'd go down there, and we've been there before, but we phoned, do we need to book? No, you can't book. No, there's no need to book. We'll be okay. Got there, and they said, well, no, we haven't got any tables available. But we said, well, if you go up to the bar, we'll see what we can do. I said, no, I'm not going up to the bar. What's the point in going up to the bar if you can't find a table for us? So, no. And then they eventually found a table. They had Christmas tables all done up with crackers on, reserved, and we were there for 2 hours, and nobody came in for those reserved tables. So the amount of covers that this manager threw away, not literally threw away, but lost all the custom, was no odds to nobody, and she should be fired. Not very well managed at all. Food was nice though. They put 2 tables together for us because there was 6 of us. Put 2 tables together, but it was, yeah. I know what you mean, Eddie, with things like that. I had a bad taste, never went there again. That was a pub near us here in Yate, and never went back there again. Had a bad event with chicken. It was not undercooked, it was actually overcooked. Overcooked to the situation that it was chewy, and you could hit it with a hammer and it would just shatter like a pane of glass. There you go. But that's one of these things, isn't it? M0HDJ, G7B1.
Yeah. I get sang with that. I never go to restaurants.
G6 Tango Juliet Echo Mobile.
Educate guest. They're just trolling, and Top Man seems to be a bit loose. I got a nice aerial it's a loop, and it's got a load of it's Fred Carno's sort of job it is. Really rubbishy, like on connections. They got little they would put it's about 2 turns round the garden, back garden, and I put a top band whip in. It's all rubbishy, like I don't. It's embarrassing talking about it, but it drags them in a bit on top band. But I haven't heard the phone QSO go on top band. I just caught the tail end of one about 2 or 3 weeks back. Shouting because I didn't take in any call signs, so a bit sad. Oh, I joined in the 10-meter RSGB do Monday night. We are, yeah. We're all armchair copy. Didn't bother to really look at the meter, but yeah, you're all. The left. It was only up in Northampton, sure I worked, but it was something like QRP really. I just turned it up to make it a bit easier on his ears, like I could have done it on 5 watts like I got on now. Anyway, there we are. Right, yeah. Time to say goodnight. So I'll say goodnight, but I'll stay to the end, alright? M0HDJ, Ken?
G7 LSR. Yeah, because of my concerns with the computer, in particular another matter about the being billed for a charge on the card I didn't have, I think I will curtail the net now and look into that. So thanks for the chat, lads. I'll deal with that matter, Eddie, and I'll catch you next week. Have a good week, all of you. Over to Eddie from G7 LSR. We'll be hanging on for a couple of minutes and then going.
M0LJT returning to the group. Okay, Ken, all noted. I wouldn't be overly concerned. I wouldn't be paranoid about it, put it that way. I'm sure it's an easy answer there. Dave HDJ 1.933 top band, if you want a net, from about 10:30 to 12:30 sort of thing. Most nights, good listen. So 1.933. I often have a little earwig on it. Earwig? That's CB talk. How dare you, Eddie? One of my little things I had for Christmas was headphones, and these headphones are
well, I hear you talking about your knees, so that's what happens with old age, Mike.
the microphone. I'm hoping I'll be able to talk via Bluetooth into the transceiver, but I haven't sussed out the PTT side of that yet. I think I might have to just press the button on the side of the headphones, but there you go. That's all for the future. So there we go. We're coming down to the closing minutes, so I'll wish you all, I'll sign the same as Ken and Dave, and I wish you all the very, very best in 73, and to all the listeners out there, the same to you. And Dave, nice to hear you on again, by the way, Dave. I understand about your problems with the shopping thing out there, but there you go. Right, Dave, it's over to you. G7BYN, and is Eddie saying good night to everyone listening?
Okay, G7B1, wishing everyone out there a 7-3. Dave, Ken, and Eddie, nice to hear you all. And yeah, Joe back, if you know what I mean, with regard to radio. So there we are. Have a play around from time to time. And who knows? I still member of the RSGB, still get their magazine. And one thing. Anyway, 7-3 to everybody out there. This is the station of G7BY, and this has been the Bristol Net. 7-3 to any shortwave listeners out there, and Happy New Year to everyone. This is G7BY. Now, finally pulling the plug, going in for a cup of cocoa. Cheers all.
Hi all.
Good night, everyone.
You know, I used to have trouble with my knees, kneeling down every day, all day for 50 years. But once I went on to steroids when I had polymyalgia, I don't get no trouble with them now. You know, the only thing is you get down on the floor slower, isn't it? You know, but that's age, like, isn't it? But took a few months after to get off them, like, you know, because they had dropped the dosage down, like. Yeah, that's fine. I'll see if I can join you all tomorrow evening a bit earlier. So I hope you have good results for the doctor tomorrow, because we know what they're like on times. They try this, try that, like, you know, and they're not the ones suffering, no, they are. So back to you.